In this video, we'll go over the performance controls. Let's begin in the lower left corner. Input Q stands for Input Quantization. Turning this knob allows notes from your MIDI keyboard to begin playback of the sequencer grid on the next chosen interval. For example, if you set this to a quarter note, then when you press a key on your MIDI keyboard, the pattern will wait until the next quarter note to begin to play. This control is helpful to use when you're performing with the instrument with your sequencer running, because it ensures that the sequencer grid syncs perfectly with other rhythmic elements of your track, even if your performance timing is not quite perfect. This setting is not stored in the snapshot presets, allowing you to maintain your selection as you audition and change snapshots. Moving on, Retrigger, when enabled, will restart the sequencer grid's pattern from the first step each time a new note is pressed on your MIDI keyboard. When disabled, which is the default setting, the pattern will only restart from the first step when there is a gap or rest in receiving notes from your MIDI keyboard. Latch, when enabled, will allow the sequencer grid to continue to play after you have released the key on your MIDI keyboard. The riff will not stop until Latch is disabled. For your convenience, this control has been MIDI learned to the sustain pedal, or MIDI CC64. These settings too are not stored in your snapshot presets. Moving up a bit, we have the velocity to volume knob. This controls the interaction between the velocity and playback level within the sequencer grid. Moving the knob clockwise makes playback level more sensitive to the velocity. Listen as the velocity differences are minimized as the knob is moved counterclockwise. The light button is a scale by velocity control. Riff Generations patches have this enabled. This causes the velocity section of the sequencer window to be scaled by the velocity of the incoming MIDI signal. This setting is difficult to explain and understand through words alone, so I suggest you load a patch and turn it on and off a few times while playing. You will quickly hear and feel its effects as you play your MIDI keyboard.